Cam Radio, we go ham. It's your boy Tony G, Big Lou, the sports book every Tuesday night. Lots of sports. We got the NHL championship. We have the NBA finals. We got the college baseball is on and rolling. My hat's off to the LSU Pilots going undefeated, winning their I believe it was their first NAIA championship. World Series. May 3rd, they beat Southeastern, and they 13-7. Congratulations on that. A lot of great college baseball. We got LSU tonight. Little Rock, and that Little Rock team already beat them once. It's a must-win for LSU. Miami, Florida, Southern Mississippi is also playing. LSU is favored in that game by 5.5. On the money line, they got LSU minus 1,600. That's a lot of money to give up to win. Yeah, they got Arkansas on the money line at plus 800. Now, Arkansas did beat them the other day. That's some action, though. The under is 14.5. Oregon State is beating up by USC. And Wake Forest and Tennessee are pretty tight. Murray State 10, Ole Miss 3. So we got, like I said, we got the college World Series going on. There's always a lot of some really good baseball, actually. I mean, it's really good. There's a lot, there's everything you want to bet on that. You can also cover that. But yeah, hats off to LSU Pilots for great season from the sports book. Everyone at KM Radio. Good job. And then this weekend we got the Belmont Saturday. So we got a lot of sports going on, especially a lot of gambling. And we should have in this Belmont, we should have the Kentucky Derby winner, and we should have the Preakness winner. So that will be. That would be a great race. Belmont Stakes, stake odds, Belmont Stakes horses. Let me pull them all up. All right. We'll go through that, and then we'll go. Belmont Stakes positions. Number 1 is Hill Road. Saverty, that's the one that a lot of people are believing that can win this race. I'm going to say this: Rodriguez, Uncaged, Crudo, Baz. Journalism, I like to. I don't know if he can win, but I think he'll be in the mix. And Heart of Honor. I like Saverty, Journalism. Either one of them, you could put them on. I think they'll be in the mix, provided, because the last race, if you guys remember, Journalism got bumped really, really bad. Some kind of way he made it out of that. This is the longest race of all three. But there's only 8 horses running, so it should be a really, really good.
Should be a really good race.
Yeah, it should be. I'm gonna put. In fact, we're gonna Saverty, and then 7 Jerusalem. 2 Journalism. All right, Journalism. All righty. So we got that. We got that going on.
All right.
Then we can get to. Let's see what else we got. NHL Stanley Cup Finals. We got the Edmonton Oilers against Florida. Game 1 is Wednesday, 7:15. Should be a good one. Edmonton is at home. Their favorite, minus 130. Not favored that much. With the minus 1.5, they're getting plus 185. And then with the Panthers, this should be another good series.
Yes.
Watching your overs, unders. Definitely going to be a really, really good season. Definitely, I think there's some money to be made. I like Edmonton on the money line, not with the points. And I also like the over. Pay attention to some NHL guys. You definitely can make you some money. So that starts on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Let's go to the NBA. Indiana Pacers, OKC Thunder, Starts Thursday at 7:40. What was your? Let me ask you this. So when OKC beat up on the Timberwolves pulled all their starters.
Mm-hmm.
They pulled them late in the fourth. So at that point, you just throw up the white flag and say we give up, or do you leave them?
Yeah.
See, or do you? Because the coach caught a lot of slack for that. You know what I mean? Because why would you pull all the starters? We're losing by. Why wouldn't we try to at least kind of gain some? What's your thoughts on that? Some I hate to use the word respect, but some kind of point, get some more points so it doesn't look as bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I would have left my starters in just for the sake of the fans. They pay the money to see him. Now, for you can't fathom the reason why he would pull his starters, in a final game of the playoffs. I guess
That
he
you're
just
losing.
right. Yeah, I mean, yes, and maybe he just gave it a time, was like, well, I don't want to leave him in for risk of some type of injury that might happen on the fluke. I really
Yeah.
doubt that, but for whatever reason that he seemed fit, he pulled him. I guess he just threw in the towel. That's the only thing I could get out of it. Was like, okay, we're not going to catch up. We're not going to win this game, so I'm just going to pull my starters and give my other guys some playoff garbage time, I guess. Give them some experience out on the floor during the playoffs or whatever. So that's the only thing I can get out of it, because I would have left my starters in, me personally, to the end, because
Yeah.
you might as
That's what
well.
I mean.
What do you
So
got
that,
to do?
yeah, that's what I was. I mean, I was just kind of like, I don't know. It just kind of was one of those. I mean, they were getting killed. And again, the Minnesota's a good team. They're just not in the same caliber as that OKC. And I think there for a second um, they wanted to be. They got. I mean, they have a superstar. It's going to be the next Jordan. Going to be. I get all that, um,
Mhm.
but you're going to have to get it done in the playoffs. You know what I mean? You're going to have to. I mean, just the way just the way the cookie crumbles. Really, I guess it's just kind of. But they had, like I said, they were sixth seed. Came a good little way, but Oklahoma clearly uh, clearly dominated that series. There really wasn't. Yeah, there really wasn't much to say. They were so dominant. Now going to the Indiana and to New York, that was Saturday, right? Yes, that was Saturday.
Yes, that was
N-
Saturday.
Knicks and Pacers game six. Tell me your thoughts.
Um, it was Pacers all the way. I had a feeling that it was going to be Indiana because they were playing at home. But I thought New York had spawned a little life back in them when they won the last game, but in
Right.
in New York. But coming back to Indiana, they didn't bring that with them, and they Indiana was able to play their style of basketball and get to the finals. Kudos to the Pacers
Right.
for kudos to them, and then doing it in 4 games. It's outstanding work. Outstanding work by
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
guys. Halliburton is coming into his own, and Siakam is too. So those two
Oh
guys
man,
are actually doing their thing, and I'm proud of them. So I guess this is for Reggie.
stock.
But I'm proud of them. They played an
Right.
excellent. They played an excellent game. They played their style of basketball against New York, and we both said that uh, they can't let Indiana get down the court quick. You got to
Right.
slow them down, and that's exactly what happened. They burned them out. They ran out of gas toward the end, and we couldn't do nothing with them.
And what's crazy is Pascal had 31 points. Andrew Nemhard had 14. Tyrese Halliburton had 21. Coming off the bench, I, I'm Abi Toppin, he had 18. off the
Mhm.
Brents. And Thomas Bryant had three, and there were some other guys that had some points. So the bench really contributed. Now going to New York. Now this game, I thought Brunson was going to go off, and he had 14. I want to say in the first half, and then he ended up with 19. And it was weird how they were using him too. I don't know. It's really it's hard to, but I think you're right. I think New York ran out of gas. I think
Yeah.
the Pacers, yeah, the Pacers pace, I think it was a little bit too much for them. They won the six
Mhm.
games, 4-2. Hats off Indiana. What are you expecting to see out of Indiana OKC?
I expect to see the same. Now, what people underestimate is the genius of Rick Carlisle.
Right,
When he was at OKC, he had a battle plan for those guys, and they got to the finals. And the same here with Indiana.
right,
He's gonna study the way, and I'm pretty sure he has studied the way that OKC plays. They kind of an up tempo team as well, and he's going to use that to his advantage. He's probably going to uh, he's probably going to pick on the weakest link that they have and they start a rotation and expose that, to get easy points or to, you know, get the game to the pace that they like, which is going to be, I think it's going to be a fun series because of the fact that both teams like to run the floor, they're fast with the transition, and they play excellent defense. The only thing that Indiana has to worry about is like we always say, like we've been saying the whole season, those bigs and those OKC bigs, those guys can move, they can shoot, and they can get to the basket whenever they want to, however they want to. So those
right,
are going
right,
to
right.
be the concerns for Indiana if both of those guys, get off to a great start and get into double digits.
Well, I think yeah, so. The Pacers got their own set of bigs. There's no doubt about that. Um,
Hmm.
and I think it's going to be. And if you break down like game one, let's break it down like just simple gambling. Indianapolis is you can get them +9 right now. I like them at +9. I like them, you know what I mean? Because this game, um, they're very explosive, and so is the Thunder. There's no doubt about that.
Hmm.
But I think Indiana can keep up with them, and those 9 points I think will get you a win. The overs 230. I like I like to watch the live before I go at a 230 because I'll tell you what. One thing about watching and even OKC, they'll start off because remember the live bets are live bets; they're changing all the time. They can start
Hmm.
off a little slow. 2 minutes in, it's 6-6, 7, and the lines are going to start moving. And if you, and it, you know, but at any time they could go on, they can go on each side could hit 7 threes in a row.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And
absolutely,
now all of a sudden
absolutely. They
it's
could go on a
50.
tear.
Yeah, go on a tear. Either one of them because you're watching Indiana. I mean, and they were just from downtown. I mean, they were coming from the not with the 3 point circle. They were almost at I can't remember. That was last game. It was Saturday night. I'm trying to remember who shot it. I mean, they were almost standing in the court circle, and I was like, they were on. They were really on. Now, like OKC, I mean, Indiana and OKC are very similar in some ways. They will have an off night. Um, I would love to see Indiana win because they are the long shot, and I'm always the long shot guy. But
Hmm.
again, OKC, they've never. So I mean, this is going to be a good. I think it's going to be a good series. Some people are saying it's not going to be a heavily watched series. They really wanted a New York. I get it. I understand what you wanted, but that's not what you get.
Yeah,
But
unfortunately, you get the two best teams in the NBA, as opposed
there you
to
go.
the most popular teams. Get the two best teams.
Right, right.
And,
Teams, yes.
And I would say to him, give it a shot because both teams are fast paced. You know,
Yeah.
both can score in transition. Both have pretty good outside perimeter shooting. So just give it a shot. You're gonna be more impressed than you think.
Yeah, I definitely. Now, when you go to, let's go to, this is one thing that it makes it hard. Like when you go to player props and you go to, where's it at? Where's it at? They're only given, for some reason, they're only given, maybe I'm looking at it wrong. First point points. So you go to points, you want to bet some, so they're given, this is FanDuel plus, let me see, at 34 plus, SGA is minus 120. That's a lot of points. You know what I mean? That's a lot of points. 34 is a lot of points. I know he averages 32, um, but it's still a lot of, that's a lot of points. And you get it down to 30, and I want to give you a minus 255. Sometimes it's hard to take him because he does score so many points. But I mean, he scores 27 points. You know what I mean? It's still a great night, but his average is just so high. Tyrese Halliburton is at 18.7, and Pascal is 20. Both I like both of them. They're both good, doable numbers. Jalen Williams can also change. And like I said, you can always check these out. Always check them out live because you'd be surprised. You'll see a dip if SGA doesn't score in the first 3 minutes for whatever reason. If he's passing, very easily could lower that down to 28. You have to be paying attention. Another one that I've been messing with. I've been winning. I lost Saturday night with it because I took Brunson. I like total points, rebound, and assists. So they give you, like for Tyrese Halliburton, his total points would be 32. He gets some rebounds, he gets some assists, and he can score.
Right. Right.
So that's kind of, yeah, I like the Pascal's is 30. Chet Holmgren is 20. Actually, you can get him at a 28. But there's some value there. Should be a really good game. Like I said, I do like the over. I would like to see it come down a little bit off 230. And this could be a multiple over game where I've had them where betting live taking over of 210 and another over will come up at 2. I mean, where I hit it at 210, I hit it at 212, hit it at 220. Three different bets, three different paydays. Um, but yeah, you could probably catch that live. And then you got the money. I don't know. You got the money line. I will say this: it wouldn't be terrible to throw some money on Indiana to win the series. I mean, because they got to be. Let me see if I could pull that up. To compare players, offense, game leaders. I'm trying to put. It says I have. Oh yeah, I've already. I didn't realize. Geez, I didn't realize I already had bets in. I got the Pacers plus 9. I got the
Mhm.
Pacers on the money line. I must have made them. Wow. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to see on Builder Home. I think you can go to the book and it will tell you the actual boards rewards. Anyway, I think they're plus 700. It's to win the series. I mean, they are underdogs. They are playing the number one team in the NBA. But isn't this funny? No Boston, no Cleveland,
Right. No
Indiana
Boston, no
Pacers.
Cleveland,
That's
no Miami,
no,
no
no, no.
no
I mean,
LA.
this is pretty wild. I mean, and like with Boston and the Cavs. I mean, those were all year went. And this was for a while. It was number one was Cavaliers, number two was OKC, number three was Boston.
Mhm.
That's how it was until the very end, until Cleveland started losing the last week of the season. I mean, that was and
Right.
then it was everybody. Then it was everybody else. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that was it. We
Right.
they said, there's three dominant teams, and then you take a injury here, a couple little this or that with Cleveland, and you got the Indiana Pacers in the NBA Finals, which is really cool. And like I said, you got OKC. Uh, but I think you're right. I think they're going to have to. You're going to see who can break the other one's system. That's basically
Right.
that's what's gonna happen because they are both
Right. Right.
fast paced, and
Hmm.
they both do have good defenses. OKC's would be considered to be better. There's no doubt about that. Um, but one thing that I think that I do like about in what I do like about the Pacers is they will shoot far from the 3 point line, which kind of
Yes.
breaks a lot of which can and will break some momentum. You know what I mean? Because that's hard to defend. Running
Hmm.
down the court, stopping 10 feet, 15 feet before the 3 point line and shooting a three is definitely sending a. But then again, OKC can do the same. So there's nothing with that. Um, should be a great series. Like I said, you saw what I said. Indianapolis. I mean, Indy +9 money line. I took it. So I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's what I'm rolling with. I'm trying to pull up this. We got any football news? Anything going on in the NFL?
Well, in the NFL, it's getting close to time for most teams. Some of the teams start their involuntary
90
OTA.
days. I think we got
Yeah,
90 days till we can watch football.
we got 90
Um,
days left before football, and too
that's
much.
good.
You got Dion Rips quote unquote foolish reports on Shadur's draft prep. I mean, it just I think they should just leave that alone. He's made it. He's a Cleveland Brown now. Let's just let him prepare and let his work do the talking for him.
I agree. I totally
Yep.
agree. It doesn't. Everything else doesn't. And people are like, oh man, like you read this, Bart Scott. It's laughable that so many teams passed on Sanders. It's not
Yeah.
laughable because if you don't need a quarterback, you don't need a quarterback. You know what I mean? That's it. Not everybody
Right.
needs a
That's true.
quarterback. I mean
That's
that. I
true.
mean, why would the Bills and Philly, any of the teams with winning records, why would they go? Let's use our first round draft choice on a. No, we're looking for more defense. We're looking for speed. It just didn't work out. Let it go. And the next thing is prove it on the field.
Right.
If everyone's gonna eat crow, then that's it. We'll see. But I will say this, and this is I'm sure some people aren't gonna like it. He is a stand in the pocket quarterback. He got
Yeah.
sacked 62 times last year. Getting sacked in the
Yeah.
NFL 62 times is going to hurt.
It's a lot.
Yeah, that's the Andrew Luck numbers. I mean, really, if you want to go there, that would be.
Hmm.
Um, so, it will see. Can he take the abuse? I don't know. I mean, people ask about this and that. Look, man, he made a lot of money he made a lot of money in college. There's no doubt he has a confidence. He's big on his confidence, and I get that. I respect that. What they say is better to be quiet and walk with a big stick. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Get in the league, do what you do, and then everyone shuts up and it just keeps rolling. But I get it. A lot of these guys are coming out of college they're literally going to make more money in college than they will in the pros starting off.
Right.
And I think Lou, some of that is kind of a problem because now it's like, well, you can't tell me at the end of the day, you still got to play on the field. We can talk
Right.
about football and we can draw up plays and what you're going to do, but you still have to execute it. So at the end of the day, just like Travis wants to play both ways on the field. Um,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
let's see. You know what I mean? I mean, that's
Right.
all we can do
Let's
is
see.
just wait,
Yeah.
see if he could see if he can do it. You know, what I mean, um, I will say this though, no matter how good of an athlete either one of them are, I don't think they hold a candle to Bo athleticism. That's my
Oh no.
to me.
Oh
Bo
no.
was one of the greatest athletes ever to put on a. I mean, I know he got hurt. And we didn't get to see all of it, but as far as a pure athlete that could run, he was fast. He could catch. He could play baseball. He could hit the ball. I mean, it was unbelievable. And I don't know. That's why it's like I don't know, guys. Just go out there. Not saying but what I've seen, it's like if that's what you can do. Um, Play two positions, Iron Man football. That's more going. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see Cleveland. And the other thing with Cleveland is they have wasted many a first round draft choice on quarterback. I mean, there's no doubt about that. They've definitely there's been a lot of quarterbacks go there, and it was like the quarterback hole. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And don't forget to hit us up on Facebook, the Sportsbook page, or on a KM Radio's page. If you have any kind of community event, anything you want done, advertisement, hit us up. We'll get you. Somebody will contact you very quickly on what you want, or if you just have a business that wants to be highlighted in our business profile, we can make that work for you too. Just call us, email us, whatever you want to do, and we'll get back with you and we'll work it out. So we got a little bit of time left, so I want to thank everyone at the radio station, all our KM Radio family, Elaw and the crew. I want to thank you guys for making it possible. I want to thank Big Lou for being here on this Tuesday night. Don't forget to look us up on on ESPN. Look us up on ESPN. That's what I want you to do. No, look us up on the on YouTube. Check out some of our new and our past shows. Tell us what you think, and we'll make it happen. All right, guys. I want to wish everyone a good night, a great night. Hope all your bets are winners. Right here on KM Radio, where we go, hey,
Damn.
boom.